Hey guys, it's Logan. So June is just about over, and for some of you who do know and some of you don't know, June is Pride Month. And the purpose of this video is to not slam pride in anyone's face that does not want to see it. That's not the purpose of this video. But almost a year ago, I came out as gay, and I put it on Instagram. It got a lot of reaction. I came out when I was 19 years old. I had already got a year of college under my belt, and I was still trying to figure out everything that was kind of happening in my life. I had already come out to some of my closest friends, and I had talked with my family before I made my public announcement on Instagram. And so over this past year, I've had some time to self-reflect and think about, the things I've learned in this journey. Because, everybody's life is different, and mine for sure isn't cookie cutter by any means. It's not perfect, but I do think that we are put on this earth to love and to grow. And so I feel like I've been doing a lot of that over this last year. And so I'm gonna share with you guys some of the things that I have learned. So first off, I think that it's really unfair and it's really hard for a person of the LGBTQ community to come out. That's really difficult. Straight people don't have to come out, my dad didn't have to come out to his parents to say, hey, mom and dad, I'm dating this girl. So, they don't have to, have that difficult conversation with their friends and their family. So that's something that, took some time for me, and I know that a lot of other people have had to face. It's just really difficult to get that courage because you don't know what everyone's gonna think of you. And then another thing that I've learned is that it's perfectly okay to not explain yourself. I had the physical face-to-face conversations with the friends that I wanted to and the family that I wanted to. And so I just feel like that's something that I don't have to do. I don't have to explain to every single person that I meet, my situation. And I know that other people, everybody's on a different page with that. If they feel comfortable doing that, then by all means, go ahead. But that's not something that's expected of an LGBTQ person, is that they don't have to have that individualized conversation with everybody. And that doesn't mean that they don't care. If I don't have a face-to-face conversation with you, that doesn't mean that I don't care about you or that I don't love you. It's just that you need to respect that it's really difficult to have that conversation, and that I'm just gonna go about my business with it. Labeling in life exists for the good and the bad. Unfortunately, there's a lot of negative stereotypes to coming to the LGBTQ community, and a lot of it comes from not understanding the idea that the same sexes are dating or married or whatever, So there's a lot of negative connotation to that, and that was big. In my coming out, I didn't want people to see me and be like, oh, that's the gay kid, especially where I'm from. There are just not very many gay people, and so that's really difficult because I didn't want to have that negative label, I wanted people to remember me and think of me by other things. And I think that I did a really good job at, putting myself out there, to think about that, I had so much success, in track, and then, I was a great student, I was so sociable, and so I feel like I was really well-rounded, and so I just tried to do everything that I could to not just be labeled as the gay kid. I wanted to be labeled as, the fast kid, I didn't want them to think of me any differently, I guess. Lastly, what I've learned is that the real ones in your life will always be by your side. You know, sometimes your family isn't blood, and sometimes blood is not family. Thankfully, I have kept all my family members in my life since coming out. I'm truly blessed because I know that other people are not in the same position that I am. And you know, I always feared losing a lot of friends, and I really did fear losing my immediate family. But you know, my closest friends have stayed by my side, and they didn't even bat an eye. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've taken away from like my coming out to now, is that it really was all in my head. I was terrified. Like, you know, I was so afraid to come out because I thought people were gonna hate me. I thought people weren't gonna talk to me. People were gonna, you know, treat me different. And I didn't want that. Like, I wanted them to like still treat me as Logan, see me as Logan. And, you know, that's just all that I've received, is that love. And I know that for everybody, it doesn't make sense. Like, for some people, it doesn't make sense to like see a gay person or a transgender person, whatever. But, you know, like, I was put on this earth by God, but God would not have put me on this earth if I was not the way that He made me. You know, I think that everything that God has put on this earth is perfect. God has made a beautiful earth and has put perfect things on this earth. And I truly think that me coming out and being gay is how God made me. And that's the only other way that I can explain it. You know, it's just the same way that, you know, you fell in love with your husband or your wife or whoever, you know, like, you can't really explain it. It just kind of happened. And, you know, because that's God's plan. And so that's something that I've really learned. And I've had a very important spiritual journey throughout all this as well. And I have gotten a closer relationship with God throughout all of this. And every single day I'm learning. And that's the best part about it, I think, is that every single day I'm learning, and I'm learning to appreciate what I have and what I'm working for, I guess. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. You can reach out to me with any questions or comments. And even if you are somebody who is struggling to come out or has came out and you want to talk about your experiences or expectations or anything that you have, like, don't be afraid to reach out to me and talk. You know, like, that's what I'm here for. You know, and that's going to be a part of my journey as well, as helping others, helping to educate others, and, you know, continue to go along God's plan. All right, thanks, guys.